at BA Stores just outside Aberdeen, Scotland for the final round of the 2019 Btpa Tractor Pulling Championship. We've already seen champions crowned in some classes, but others are going to be decided in tonight's competition. We've got super farms, limited pro stocks and finally pro stock with something like 2,000 horsepower on tap. For the second year running, the limited pro stock class is going down to the wire with just a couple of points separating the first and second after 5 hectic rounds of pulling. We also have the light modifieds to look forward to and some very historic modified tractors putting in demonstration runs for the fans. This is the biggest tractor pull of the year in Scotland and it's brought to you by the Scottish Tractor Pullers Club with backing from Fendt. Just a quick reminder then, tractor pulling is based around a 100 metre track. Tractors couple up to a heavy sledge that has a moving weight box. As the tractors move down the track, the weight moves forward, putting more load onto the tractor, and at the same time, a pan at the front of the sledge digs into the ground. All this makes it harder and harder to move the sledge. The machine that gets the furthest wins. Simple. The stage is set, the tractors are all lined up and the fans are arriving for some very entertaining tractor pulling here in Scotland. Well, this is an evening pull under floodlights, but the weather forecast is not good at all. Very strong winds already and rain's expected later. And while the entry classes can pull on a damp, slick track, the lack of grip can cause the higher horsepower machines to spin the tyres too easily, over-revving and potentially damaging an engine. The event traditionally opens with a demo competition featuring 2 locally based historic 3.5 tonne modified tractors. This is crowd favourite, the Percoil Moonshine. It's driven today by Claire Scott. It's Claire's first season driving a tractor. She drove at the BA Stores pull back in May, then again at the Angus show, and she's looking very at home now on this gorgeous looking tractor. 3 V12 motors shoehorned into the custom-built chassis. No superchargers on these older machines, they rely on engine displacement for power. It's a 100 metre track today and she pulls up just short of the full pull at 97.28 metres. And the second historic machine is Supertramp, driven by Craig Burney. Claire looking pleased with that pull, waving to the crowd as she's towed back into the pits. 6 naturally aspirated V8 motors on this machine, a very clever gearbox set up to get them all coupled together, and it's a very distinctive sound. Green lights on the sledge and build the revs. Nowhere near as high revving as modern racing engines, but what a glorious sound. And finding that sledge pretty heavy. Finally stopped at 79.13, so to win this evening, going to the Percoil Moonshine and Claire Scott. Time for the eagerly awaited limited pro stock class, and that wind's getting stronger and stronger. This is a very competitive class with just 3 points separating first and second place after 5 rounds. Can lead up to Stephen Ainsworth clinch it tonight with his tractor, the Warrior. And the table doesn't show the half of it. True Blue won on home soil at the first round of the year with the Warrior down in 5th place. And at round 2 at Kirkbride, Stephen took the win with True Blue down in 4th place. That left Stephen just 2 points behind. Moving on to round 3 at Eccleston's show, saw another win for the Warrior, giving Stephen a 3-point lead over True Blue. Round 4 at the Great Eccleston finals saw True Blue fight back again. That win with the second place for Stephen put True Blue 2 points clear at the top once again. Then in the last round, round 5, a win for Stephen put him back in the lead, but only by 3 points. And the total combined pull-off distances, 4.53 for True Blue and 4.79 for the Warrior.
Yeah, I'd like to think so. We've had a few issues this morning. Battery had gone knackered, but we've put a new one on. It starts and runs, so it's just a matter of get out there and do it, isn't it?
Obviously, it was meant to be just testing this year. Have you learnt a lot from the machine to where to take it forwards for the future?
As it stands at the moment, we're going to leave it as it is because it is competitive, so there's no point pushing it too far and stuff getting broke.
All credit to Steve and his team. They come out with a brand new tractor and it's been very good all season, to be quite honest with you. So it's who wins tonight takes a prize. Yeah, it's all to play for.
Now I know you obviously did lots of rebuilding last year with the intention of going further with people catching up on you. Is it working out? You've obviously still got more in reserve there where you can get it dialed in.
Yeah, we've got a few tricks up our sleeve that we'll hopefully get done in the winter time. We did do a few things this last winter. We changed the manifolds, and it was a slightly different turbocharger. It is working, but not as well as when we hoped.
True Blue team must be feeling the pressure. This time last year they saw the title snatched from their grasp here at the BA stores by this great pull from Chris Wilkinson and the Lancashire Bomber. The Lancashire Bomber's in 5th place in the points coming into this round, but the team's more than capable of taking a win and claiming the all-important 20 points, mixing it up for the rest of the class. Well, 10 tractors entered tonight and we're joining the action in the first round of pulling. First test puller Red Mist failed to move off the line, so next up is Chris Brown with Dark Addiction. Chris is really starting to get this machine set up nicely now, but it's pretty much impossible to test anything unless you come to an actual event and hook up to a sledge. He's made a couple of full pulls, but in both cases then failed to make it out for the pull-off. So I'm sure he'd love to challenge for a podium place today. Keep everything crossed for the team. He's coming up on the wheels. Woo, moving all over the track, but he's got it straight now. And he's flying past the camera position. This is looking great. Yes, a full pull for Dark Addiction. Well done. And the sledge team are happy with the setting, so that full pull will stand. And that means full pulls are now needed to challenge for the win. Certainly took the long way round on that one. Very well done, Chris. Great balls of fun. Matt Trail now with the Midnight Express. Got into the pull-off back at the Great Eccleston show, but in subsequent rounds he's finished around the 90-metre mark. He's more than capable of going the full distance today, though. Looking to be a lot straighter than Dark Addiction. Seems to be slowing now. Don't think he's going to make it. Oh, that's a shame. Final distance of 93.33 metres, so no pull-off for Matt today. Giles Boston now with the G-Force. Giles is just 3 points outside the top 3 in the table at the moment. Needs to finish above Major Madness tonight if he's going to get that coveted 3rd place trophy. It's doable, but so much depends on getting the weight balance right for the track conditions on the night. Not all just about power. And it's moving nicely, smoothly as well. Fairly straight. I think he might be on for a full pull here. Yeah, he's storming this run. Yes, the second full pull of the night, so we will be having a pull off. The team made a lot of changes to the machine at the start of the year and they seem to be working really well now. Giles quite pleased with that one as well. And the first of the 2 title contenders. Local machine True Blue, driven today by Jim Forrest. The number plate shows the vintage of this classic Ford tractor. Where the grading tractors leave the track and the True Blue is hooked to the sledge. They need that full pull here to keep their chances of overtaking the Warrior tonight. Looks like no problems here. Straight as an arrow. Nice balance and flying all the way. Yes, to another full pull. Almost off the end of the track, in fact. Brilliant. In the replay, you can see how the tractor actually started to drift towards the edge of the track towards the end, but still well within the bounds. So, full pull confirmed for True Blue. We move on to the current 3rd place tractor now. It's Major Madness, driven by Ed Bateman. A wonderful looking Fordson Major, this one. Having seen the others get down the track, Ed will certainly be expecting a full pull from this one. Looking to be well on target here. That was a great start. Look at the balance, hardly any steering inputs at all. Oh, that's one easy full pull. Once again ended up on that right-hand side of the track. And in the replay, you get a real sense of power coming from these tractors. Great looking pull from Ed there. another Fordson Major. It's the Lancashire Bomber, driven by Simon Woods. A lot of weight added to the front of this machine. They've had some really wild wheels-up pulls over the last few events. Will this calm it down a bit? Only time will tell. Well, it was at this event 12 months ago that the team clinched the 2018 championship from True Blue. They're not challenging this year, but they would love to finish the year with a win. Attention, get the belts tight, then off we go. This is looking much more stable and controlled. This is a very strong pull. He's going to do it all the way to another full pull. So that means we have 5 in the pull-off so far. Limited Pro Stock living up to its reputation for close competitive pulling. Well, Skinny's up next with Onky Anchors driving today. He finished 3rd place at the last round at Great Eccleston. That's Onky's 16-year-old son Elfie out front directing him back. Elfie drove the tractor at round 3, getting a full pull on his first ever outing. So can Dad match that? Getting nicely into the track. Yeah, there's no problems here. Look at him go. Another full pull. Here's championship leader Stephen Ainsworth with the Warrior. He must get a full pull on this one if he's going to stay ahead of True Blue.
And the next tractor to pull is Warrior. Just getting
Nervous times for the team. A lot rests on this next pull.
And I can see that the cameraman's getting close and about there to get some good angles.
Oh, he's not happy about something. Problems with reverse gear, perhaps? It's a busy time for the crew. Joe looks at his watch. Stephen only has a set time to get coupled to this sledge. No, he's lost fire. And they're struggling to restart. This is high drama here at BA Stores. Off comes the helmet. Has this given True Blue the title? If they can't start their pull, tractors can elect to drop 6 places and come out again. Let's hope they can fix the problem and keep that title chase alive. So the Warrior is towed away, and the final tractor, the Gambler, takes to the track, driven by Neil Gullen. They've been hunting that perfect run to net them a full pull all season. So Stephen Ainsworth probably has about 10 minutes at most to sort out the problem and get back out on track with the Warrior. So let's see what the Gambler can do. Hear those revs being pulled down almost straight away. This is not looking good. Just can't overcome it. Just 57.87 metres for Neil today. What a shame. Well, in the closed pit area, they're working on the Warrior still. Got the big spanners out. The clock is ticking. Hurry up, lads. Well, it looks like they've got it started, and they've elected to be towed on track. Maybe there was a gearbox problem as well as a starting problem. To get so close to the championship and lose it due to mechanical problems would be such a disappointment for the team. So it's the second do-or-die attempt for Stephen Ainsworth. Have they got this machine running correctly now? They must get a full pull to keep their championship hopes alive. He's hooked up. He's giving it some revs now, and it sounds clean. Can they do it? Yes, it's a good smooth start. Wheel speed going up, nice balance. What a turnaround. It's a storming full pull for the Warrior and a sigh of relief for Stephen and the crew. Wow, that was a hectic half hour. And that means he joins True Blue and the 5 other machines in the pull-off. So the sledge has been reset to make it harder to pull. The first tractor out will be Dark Addiction, driven by Chris Brown. It's a good crowd here tonight, watching some top-quality pulling. It's a pretty chilly night. At least the rain's holding off for now. Now the lights drop in, that flame gives some indication of the amount of fuel, heat and power these machines produce compared to a stock farm tractor. Away and running really well, a bit bouncy, having to work hard to keep it straight and in bounds. Finally, the sledge stops him at 91.84 metres, so that's the target for everyone else. Well, the replay shows just how hard Chris had to work on that one. All comes down to getting the weight distribution and balance just right. What a nice driving job. And the checkered flag is a place where he came to rest, so the next man can see if he's done enough. And that next man is Giles Mostyn, driving G-Force. Very little treads on these special pulling tyres. They're designed to spin at high revs over the surface, throwing loose dirt out of the way as they go. Certainly not like the deep tread mud plugging tyres on standard tractors. There we go. Giles gets the tractor moving. Then in comes the power and the wheels start to spin, transferring drive as they go. This is looking fantastic. He's way past that checkered flag. 100.29 metres is the new distance to beat. Flag's moved to its new position by one of the event organisers, Graham Simpson of True Blue fame. And it's True Blue up next. They need the 8 points difference between first and second finish to give them the championship. It's their home track and they won't want to lose out again like they did last year. Well, it's a bit bouncy, but they're getting the job done. Might do it. And yes, just past the flag to take the lead for the moment, and the distance 100.73, beating G-Force by a scant 44 centimetres. Major Madness next driven by Ed Bateman. It's getting darker now and the floodlights are on. Another impeccably turned out tractor. It's giving the all clear. Beautifully controlled launch. It's lovely and straight for Ed. Look at the balance here. Arrow straight. Can he do it? Yes, he passes True Blue's distance by almost 2 metres, 102.59. And that means the Warrior will need to finish in 4th place or lower for True Blue to sneak the championship. Bomber now, Chris Wilkinson directing the tractor back into the sledge. Chris, of course, drove the tractor to a great win here last year, so it's certainly a proven machine. Looking good from the start. Oh, it's starting to pitch around a half track though. Worked quite a scenic route. Let me pull it back together. Touch and go. Oh, 97.52 metres for Simon. He's not going to be challenging for the lead. Onky anchors next with Skinny. So there's just 2 more to go in the pull-off. The tractor's definitely good enough to take the win, and Onky certainly knows how to drive it, but have they got everything right? Whoa! Another bucking bronco right there. It could be the track conditions. It's been raining here for some time. He's flying now, though. Can he do it? No, he got dragged down at 98.69, so no podium finish today for Onky. Elfie makes his way along to meet Dad, but I think he'll be hanging around on the finish line for the next pull. That's because the last man to pull is Steve Ainsworth, the Warrior. He needs to beat 102.59 to take the win, and needs to beat True Blue's 100.79 for the championship. He was towed onto the track again. Obviously, they've not fixed the problem from earlier. Onky's looking on with interest. Well, it's sounding really strong. The wheels are up the whole way down. He's flying along. Can he take the championship? It's a fantastic 108.53. And congratulations all round for Stephen and the team. What a pull, and what a first season with this brand new tractor. Handshakes for Skinny and the True Blue teams. Tough competition is what makes this class so special. Well done, Stephen, you can breathe again now. So very pleased Stephen receives his trophy at the end of the evening, and maybe his first experience being showered with champagne. The Skinny boy celebrating his win in style. Well, final distances for the limited pro stocks and, of course, the Btpa Championship Trophy for 2019. Stephen Ainsworth on the top step, Graham Simpson and Ed Bateman in second and third. And the points table showing just how close it was at the top. What a season in limited pro stock, incredible.
Must have panicked a little bit and I couldn't find a gate for reverse gear, so decided to drop 6 places. With being second to last tractor, I couldn't drop 6, so they give us 6 minutes, so we had a chance to get a red straighten.
And I noticed then that you were towed onto the track, obviously a problem you didn't want to come back again, but in the end you got through and you got the pull-off done.
Yeah, absolutely made up, yeah. Just still a bit shocked, I suppose.
I imagine, yes, and it was obviously a very popular win, judging by the reaction at the presentation.
yeah, they'll do out to irritate me, them lot anyway, so.
Moving on to the pro stocks now, similar to the limited pro stocks, but with larger engines allowed and hence more power. 15 points between first and second, so it's still possible for the Ice Bears to overtake Rough Justice if Ted finishes down the field. So how did we get here? Round 1 at Kirkbride saw Ice Bear take an early points lead, winning with the only full pull of the class. Rough Justice finished in third place. Round 2 at Eccleston saw Ted take the win, with Ice Bear finishing down in fourth to put Ted in front of the points. Round 3 at Great Eccleston, ETPC final saw another win for Rough Justice. This time Ice Bear was runner-up. And in round 4, it was yet another win for Rough Justice. So it's certainly all to do for the Bears tonight. Always great rivalry between these teams, and you have to say, it's Ted's to lose tonight. It's up with them both in the pits.
Last year we had a good run on there. This year we started off pretty good, but we haven't managed to hack it together. This man to my right here has done a bloody good job all year. He got used to his tractor after the first competition, and as he politely says, he's put the Bears back in the woods a couple of times now. So, yeah, I think to be fair, unless we can nobble him and stop him from getting to the line, you know, it's Ted's championship this year, which all credit to him. He's won 3 of the rounds so far. We've only managed to win 1 of them. We've got a final round here, so it's going to be a little bit of I don't know, end of season celebration or whatever tonight. But yeah, Ted's 15 points in front, so he's just got to get to that sled. I don't want to hex anything because it's we all know what it's like when it's sometimes the simplest things don't go according to plan. But yeah, very good. Yeah, tractor's still running well. We haven't quite utilised the potential out of it. Ted's made some changes, gone very well this year. Had a super run at the European Championships last week as well, which was really good over in Denmark. So credit to you for that. That was really good. And as they say, it's all there for you to lose, mate.
Well, yeah, Ted, we've seen in years gone by, things can just go wrong just like that, can't they, from the start? So it's not over and done with, but you must be feeling fairly confident.
I'm hopeful. Yes, I'm hopeful. Sometimes the smallest of hurdles can be big ones, but hoping we can limp her out to the line and then see what happens from there.
4 machines have made the long journey north to Aberdeen, guaranteeing Ted at least 10 points for 4th, which should clinch the title, provided he makes it out on track. He's pleased with the tractor's performance this year.
That's it, yeah. So we were, as Andy said, we were out in Denmark last week at ECs and finished 6th among them out there. So that was a bloody good result for us. You know, we were dead chuffed with that. And so the biggest hurdle we had was if it would be in one bit to hopefully limp out to the sledge this week. But we took the gamble and hopefully it paid off. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
And with more weight added to the sledge to try and hold the 2,000 plus horsepower that these machines produce, Ted is indeed first out. Superficially, the tractor looks just the same as it did 10 years ago, but the team have been making little changes to the power plant each year, especially after being beaten 2 years running in the Btpa series. This year, the changes seem to be coming together. Lots of experience on this team, but still the nerves must be jangling. Tractor backs up to the sledge, ready to be hooked up and guarantee the points and hopefully the championship. Even so, Ted will certainly want to go out on a high by winning this event. Wow, this is sounding so powerful. Still getting the same bounce that many of the limiteds had. It's keeping that power flowing. Looking good. Finally pulled down by the sledge at 92.72 metres. Now Ted is of course the test puller, but the sledge team's happy with that, so we're into competition. This is the distance to beat. In the replay you can see a lot of steering going on into that run to keep it straight. What a great job. And of course, this is your new 2019 Btpa Pro Stock Champion. Well done, Ted. Simply Red next, driven by Great Eccleston. He won the series in 2017, but he struggled with consistency a tad this season. Well, you can see that it's getting quite dark now, and there's drizzle in the air. The clerk of the course consulted with the drivers before this class, and they said that they all wanted to give it a go, even though the slick surface can easily cause over-revving and subsequent engine damage. And well, giving it a go is exactly what John is known for. Well, the green flags have been replaced by light buttons now. He's building the boost up nicely, and he's way off down the track. Bouncy, and he's sounding a bit laboured. Oh dear, he's dropping out at just 44.98 metres. Well, they've certainly used a heavy sledge setting for this class, but that was a mechanical issue, pure and simple. Gave it a good shot, but it just wasn't to be for John for tonight. 2018 champion Ice Bear, now driven today by Andy Miller. The Bears can't win the championship, but they'd still like to get further than that 92 marker put down by Rough Justice. Nichols there, no doubt thinking Darren Blast, it's a long way to come, and the team are desperate to put on a good show. How can you possibly test these machines under load without being hooked up to a sledge? Well, you can't, it's plain and simple. So Ice Bear backs up to the sledge, ready for the chain and the safety cut-offs to be connected. Sounding super strong there. Huge amount of air and fuel being burnt. Forced out of that exhaust. Keeping it all under control beautifully. The sledge won't be stopping anytime soon. Look at him go. And yes, it's a full pull. That beats Ted distance and puts Andy in the lead. What a final tractor is local man Alex Reary with piston broke. He'd love to put on a show for the fans tonight. And it's sounding pretty strong here. Whoa, but that sledge pretty soon pulls down those revs. Oh, and it stops him. What a shame at just 40.62 metres. So the win on the night going to Andy Miller with the Ice Bear. So the final distances show Andy Miller with Ice Bear taking the win. But the final championship points show Ted Nicholson with Rough Justice taking the Btpa championship win with a 10-point margin over Ice Bear. Great Eccleston with Simply Red finishes in third. We're moving on to the 2.5-tonne light modifieds now, and this class was tied up several rounds ago. So tonight's competition features just the two local Scottish machines competing for points in the Stpc Championship. And this is Chris Knight with Kit, the turbo diesel powered machine. He's still getting to grips with tuning that huge turbo for maximum effect. Well, you can hear very clearly that something's not quite right in the fueling setup. That Transmarsh V12 actually came out of a tank. It's got such a distinctive sound. Well, it seems to have cleared itself now, though, and it's running beautifully. A full pull, in fact. Amazing. Well done, Chris. And the second machine is this, Gator, driven by Jim Whitecross. Methanol rather than diesel this time, and two motors rather than one. I've had this tractor for a couple of seasons now. Must have been a huge learning curve for machines like this. Doesn't sound to be revving too freely, but it is getting the job done. He's moving along nicely. Can he do it? Oh no! Oh, what a shame. Just short of Kit's distance, 97.64 metres. So it's Kit that takes the win. We also had a demo from the limited Superstocks. The CDH pulling team had come over from France once again, and this is Warrior. Warrior putting in a stunning run here. So much power, so much control. Full pull. That's what the next man has to get. That next man is Stephen Charles with Thunderstruck. He's your 2019 Btpa champion in limited Superstock. Looking good. But oh, something went wrong. Final distance 42.51, and it's the Froggy driven by Nick de Hoof. Last bragging rights on the line. Oh, and this is a storming full pull for Froggy. Moving into the Supersport class now, and a healthy lead for Kevin Carnegie with Extreme Force. Although it's still technically possible for Jamie Fleming to overtake him with the Orange Factory.
Yeah, we're sitting second at the minute. I think we're 12 or 13 points behind. I think deep down we're not going to do it this year, but you never know what happens on the track. You know, anything could happen.
And we're going back to earlier in the day to pick up on the action in the first round of the qualification pools. A lot of weight going onto the sledge to stop these much heavier Supersports. First out is Caesar, running in the same Solway pulling team as the Orange Factory and usually driven by Kerry Foster, but today driven by teammate Jamie Fleming. He's the test puller, so the pull will be used by the sledge crew to judge if they've got the load just right. Caesar's finished as high as second place this year, but no win yet. Bubba boost. And he's away, beautifully controlled. Wheel speed coming in, the front wheels go out. This is looking very good. Oh yes, this is a very easy full pull for Caesar. What a run! We've heard the sledge is set, so the distance will stand. We're into competition. Take it to the limit next, driven by Gordon Morrison. Fiat base this one, not that many of those out there in UK tractor pulling, quite distinctive. Looking good so far. All but slowing now. Oh, so close. Pulled up at 98.27 metres, just short of the full pull line, so no place in the pull-off for Gordon tonight. Bonnie next, driven by Mark Sedal. The track has been around since the class started in the UK some years ago, going head-to-head with the Orange Factory. He's going strong tonight, getting a bit bouncy. What a handful. But yes, it's another full pull, so we will be having a pull-off. Championship leader Kevin Carnegie next with Extreme Force. 3 wins out of 4 events this year, so sitting pretty in the points. You'll notice these machines don't rev anywhere near Pro Stock. Strict RPM limits are here to keep breakages and hopefully costs down. Kevin's got it all worked out on this run. Look at this. It's a true masterclass in tractor pulling. Full pull, and obviously into the pull-off. Take it easy next, driven by Murray Rattray. A beautifully turned out tractor. There goes Kevin, obviously pleased with the tractor's performance tonight. Back on track, take it easy. Well, living up to its name, taking it nice and easy. It's getting well into that track now, though. It's coming together, but it's not quite the full pull line. Final distance 89.12. One man Massey next. Mark Siv right at the wheel. Starting off very nicely. Once that weight in the sledge moved forward, Watt soon started to pull the tractor down. It's a good effort, but he's pulled up at 91.17. That's the final distance for Mark. It's Jamie now with the Orange Factory. Unfortunately, the machine was found to be overweight, so not actually eligible for points. But he will make the run and try for the full pull. Any points he does accrue just won't count. But the points won't count. Well, as he said earlier, the machine's not quite at the level of Extreme Force this year. Orange Factory used to be unbeatable. Already had full pulls from Caesar, Extreme Force and O'Bonney, so the pull-offs would be quite competitive. And a great wheels-up run from Orange Factory, but with the tractor being overweight, no pull-off for Jamie, so we stick with Extreme Force, Caesar and O'Bonney. No harm in looking at that run again, though. And a quick look at the first round distances in Supersport. Pull-off should have taken place later in the evening after dark, but with Pro Stock piston broke on track, you can see the rain is falling very heavily now. So it's decided to hold the Supersport pull-off until the following morning. Dry weather promised. That rain's really coming down now. And dry weather did indeed arrive. With the teams busy giving t-shirts to the fans, we caught up with the Btpa champion and the leader in the Stpc championship, Kevin Carnegie.
I believe we're leading the Scottish Championship as well, which is great, so yeah.
You happy with the way the tractor's going then this year? Because it's still a new venture for you.
It is, delighted with the way the tractors went. We didn't expect to be where we are, if I'm being honest, at this stage. Yeah, fully delighted. We've, as a team, the team's worked hard. Mike's working there just now, but we've made some changes again last night to try something different for today. So we were working on the tractor till 1:30 this morning, just to try something different. So yeah, we've worked hard as a team, I would say, and we've got a good team. So yeah, puts us in a strong position.
The Stpc crew have done a great job breaking open the track surface to bring dry dirt to the surface. Now we have a good-to-go racetrack. To open proceedings, a demo pull from the truck puller, Silver Dollar. A rather different take on tractor pulling now. The machine actually came out of the factory designed to haul heavy loads. Based around a Peterbilt course, this tractor's been around for many years on the pulling circuit, and it's always one to put on a show. Absolutely love it. So to the Supersport pull-off. First out is Caesar, driven by Jamie Fleming today. Regular driver Kerry made a very promising start in competition this year. Can't quite challenge for the top two places, but a good finish here could move the tractor into third place above Alistair Parkinson and Mark Siddell's O'Bonney. Well, it's going very well here. Sledge's weight box slides forward to add load. It's not slowing him down. He finally stops at 107.06. That's a really good target for the rest to catch. O'Bonney now. And after that last pull, he'll need to go some if he's going to keep that third place points finish. Well, it's just as windy as it was last night and bitterly cold. At least it's dry today. So what can O'Bonney do? Good controlled start. He's getting those wheels up again. Starting to feel the load, but not affecting him too badly yet. How's he going? Oh no, there we go. Pulled up at 93.69, so I think that moves Caesar into third place in the points. And the final tractor out is the new 2019 Btpa champion, Kevin Carnegie, with the Extreme Force tractor. He told us earlier he intends to make a few changes and experiment with settings. Now he's assured of that title, the pressure's off somewhat. And he's obviously looking to next year. Well, this is looking really strong. He's powering on down. And he's pulled up at 102.92 metres, so second place for Kevin. What a season they've had. Confirmation of the distances there. The win on the night going to Caesar. And the final distances tell it all. No pull-off for Orange Factory, but the team represented itself well with Caesar. And the final points confirm Kevin Carnegie is the 2019 BTPA champion with extreme force. What a proud moment for Kevin there. Your 2019 champion in Supersport, the Solway pull-in team in second and third. In Superfarm, local man Martin Ross has been almost unbeatable, and this weekend he's actually one of the event organisers.
Yeah, this year there's been a lot of extra time and effort went into preparing the event, and we've run some extra points classes this year, which has allowed us now to the event, which I think last night there was 38 tractors went down the track. We're trying to grow year on year.
So this is Martin competing in the first round pulls early on Saturday evening in the Superfarm class. Here he is, absolutely stamping his authority on proceedings. Like so many times this year, this is an easy looking full ball. Well done to Martin Ross with Diesel Ross. Drew Allen with Mission Impossible next. Good on the start line. Oh, bit of a wander about. He's giving it a good go. Sounds like he's struggling, but he's still moving. Oh, but sadly he failed to get the full ball. Ended up in third place with 89.25. Our runner-up spot went to Talking Business with his 93.26 metre pull. Beautiful control and lovely balance there, but he was pulled up just short. So your 2019 Superfarm champion, Martin Ross with Diesel Ross, took the win with the only full pull in the class. Confirmation of the final distances, Martin Ross the winner. He's been a class act yet again, proving once again he's the man to beat.
That's 3 years in a row now, so it's been quite nice. Probably quite a hard sledge setting last night. The sledge guys set it quite tough. Yeah, we got out the end. Some of the other tractors were just a little bit behind, but yeah, absolutely delighted to be British champion again.
Well, a proud moment for the man himself there at this, his home pull. Plenty more action on the Sunday, both for the Stpc Championship and test pools for many of the teams before the big winter layoff. Starting with another demo pool for the historic Percoil Moonshine. David Gall behind the wheel today, I believe. Hands in the air to make sure the hand throttle can't accidentally be moved while the sledge crew are working around the machine. Must be a real job balancing all those carburetors. Great to see these old machines still being used though. Sounding even stronger than last night. Wow, what a pull! And almost driving off the end of the track. That's incredible. Well, we come right bang up to date now. This is Ice Bear, the Pro Stock that won last night's competition with the only full pull of its class. Andy Miller at the wheel once again. Team competes throughout the year across Europe in the ETPC Mitas Eurocup series. So this really is a top flight machine. Teams often tell the sledge driver which side of their track to position on. They'll look at the track conditions, the hardness, the wetness, and choose what they think is best for their setup on the day. Safety obviously paramount with wheel speeds of over 100 kilometres per hour. It's another wild bucking bronco ride for Ice Bear. Not so efficient in terms of performance, but very exciting for the fans. And stopped by the sledge right at the end of the track. 2019 BTPA champions Rough Justice now. Driven today by Ted's partner Rachel. That's Ted out front directing the tractor. This is not the first time she's driven the beast. Must still give her a real buzz to have some 2,000 horsepower at your disposal. She's making a great job of it. What a great driving job. Well, she stopped a bit short of Ice Bear's distance in this demo pool, but still enough to put a smile on her face. The team quite possibly used the out-of-competition run to experiment with a few different settings. Don't worry, Ted, she's still in one piece. Well, it's nice to see everybody getting involved here at the BA stores. And the final pro stock is John Eccles with Simply Red. He managed just 44 metres last night, so I imagine they've been tinkering with it all night to see if they can fix the problem. Pretty much the last chance they'll get to run the machine under load before the winter layoff. They need to sort the problem out so they can start on song in 2020. And oh no, things seem to have got even worse this time out. What a shame. It's such a long old drive up north for John. But John and his team still found time to smile when Rachel turned up in the pits on board Rough Justice. Isn't that lovely? So what a great season it's been. In Superfarm, Martin Ross was unbeatable. In Supersport, Kevin Carnegie took the win. Limited Pro Stock went down to the wire with Stephen Ainsworth taking the win. Pro Stock went to Ted Nicholson with Rough Justice. Stephen Charles took the new Limited Superstock class. John Eccles won the Superstock class. And in both light modified and modified, it was Dan Whittingham with Aftermath. In heavy modified, it was Kevin Whittingham with Sneaky 4. Don't forget the fantastic Superstock and light modified ETPC classes that took place at Great Eccleston. So look out for more BTPA tractor pulling next year.